All right, welcome. Today, we're diving into Chapter 16, which is all about dealing with real-time data streams and a really powerful concept called complex event processing. And trust me, this isn't just some abstract theory. It's technology that is fundamentally changing how businesses and even our own devices make decisions in the moment.
So let me just start by asking you a question. For decades, the rule for data analysis has been pretty simple. You collect the data, you store it somewhere safe, and then you analyze it. But what if you could just flip that script completely? What if you could pull out the critical insights at the exact moment the data is created, before it even hits a hard drive? That's the core idea we're going to unpack today.
Okay, here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why this need for speed is so important right now. Then, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of streaming data and its super smart cousin, complex event processing. After that, we'll look at some really cool real-world examples, and we'll wrap up by looking at what's next on the horizon.
So, first up, why all the fuss about speed? For a long time, batch processing was totally fine. You'd gather up all your data, stick it into data warehouse, and maybe run your analysis at the end of the day or even the end of the week. But in today's world, think about online shopping or financial trading, waiting a day or heck, even an hour for an insight is just way too late.
And this really gets to the heart of the paradigm shift. We're moving away from analyzing data at rest. That's information that's just sitting there, already collected and saved. Instead, we're focusing on data in motion. This means we're grabbing value from data as it's literally flying through the pipes, before it gets stored anywhere. It's the difference between reading yesterday's newspaper and watching a live news report as it happens.
Okay, so how in the world do we actually handle this data in motion? Well, the foundation for this whole real-time world is something called streaming data.
In plain English, streaming data is just the process of analyzing information continuously as it's being made. And the key thing, the most important part to remember, is that this analysis happens before the data is stored. That's the secret sauce that lets you react instantly to whatever that data is telling you.
Now, to make this streaming magic happen, a few things are absolutely non-negotiable. First, you need incredibly low latency. Real time means right now, not a few seconds from now. The system also has to be massively scalable, because you never know when you'll get a huge spike in data. It needs to handle all kinds of data, structured and unstructured, and usually in its raw format, so you don't waste time converting it. And finally, it's almost always a divide and conquer game, using distributed computing to spread the workload across many machines at once.
For example, think about a big telecommunications company. They are generating just unbelievable amounts of network data every single second. By analyzing these streams in real time, they can spot a service outage the moment it starts and get a team on it immediately. If they waited even a few minutes, thousands of customers would be affected, and you can bet they'd be pretty unhappy. In this case, streaming isn't just a nice-to-have, it's absolutely essential.
So, streaming gives us this real-time fire hose of data. That's great, but just seeing all that data rush by isn't enough. How do we find the really important patterns in that flood of information and, actually do something about it? Well, that's where the intelligence layer comes in. Complex event processing, or CEP for short.
You can think of CEP as the brains of the whole operation. It's a technique that's constantly watching those data streams, looking for meaningful patterns. And it's not just about one piece of data. It's about connecting the dots between lots of different events over time to spot something important, something that requires a response, and fast.
And this quote from Big Data for Dummies just nails it. The goal here isn't to discover a cool pattern so you can write a report about it next week. The whole point is that the discovery of a pattern must trigger an immediate action. That's the entire purpose of CEP. So let's be crystal clear on the difference, because it's important. Streaming data is the foundation. It's the river itself, constantly flowing. It's all about processing that continuous flow of information. Complex event processing, or CEP, sits on top of that. It's like a smart system of sensors and gates along the river that's running on a set of rules. It looks for specific, complex patterns in the flow and knows exactly when to open the dam or redirect the water.
All right, enough theory. This stuff sounds powerful, but where is it actually being used today? Let's look at a few examples of streaming and CEP out in the wild, because the applications are pretty amazing.
Here's a classic retail example. Imagine a customer in a loyalty program is just walking down the street and they get close to one of the company's stores. Instantly, the system processes the streaming location data from their phone, it cross-references it with their purchase history, and the CEP engine sees a pattern, an opportunity, and triggers an action. Boom! A personalized coupon for their favorite product pops up on their phone. It's timely, it's relevant, and it's all driven by real-time events.
Or how about this? Insurance fraud. It costs companies billions of dollars every year. By using CEP, an insurance company can analyze a claim as it's being submitted. The system compares the stream of new claim data against all the known historical patterns of fraud. If it finds a suspicious match, it instantly flags that claim for review, not weeks later after the money's already been paid out. This is a total game changer for fraud detection.
And in healthcare, this technology can be a literal lifesaver. Think about a patient in a hospital. Medical devices can stream incredible amounts of data about their vital signs. A CEP system can monitor all of these streams constantly. And if a dangerous combination of indicators emerges, it can instantly alert the doctors and nurses. It's like having a vigilant digital guardian watching over a patient every single second.
And finally, let's look at the energy sector. A wind farm operator can stream real-time data from every single one of its turbines, plus thousands of weather data points. All of that data floods into a model that creates hourly predictions of energy production. This helps them optimize everything, from where they build new turbines to how they operate the existing ones for maximum efficiency.
Okay, so we've seen how powerful it is to analyze data in motion. We can see things as they happen. But getting that real-time insight is really only half the battle. The big question that comes next is, how do we turn that insight into an automatic, real-world action?
And this is where the true value gets unlocked. To really get the most out of all this big data, you have to weave these real-time insights directly into the fabric of your business processes. It's not enough to just know a customer is near your store. The system has to be able to automatically send them that coupon. Taking that automated action, that's the ultimate goal. So I'll leave you with this final thought. We are moving from a world of reactive analysis to one of proactive, automated response. So think about it. How does a business fundamentally change when it can analyze, decide, and act not in days or hours, but in milliseconds? It doesn't just make you faster, it completely changes the kinds of problems you can solve. And that's exactly what we'll explore in the next chapter.